I wouldn't say I was gifted or anything along those lines, but I could definitely pick up topics faster than classmates, learn things, adapt really quickly. So some of it is, kind of inherent. But that also requires the work on the other side. You can be super smart and have no work ethic, and you have no chance, right? So you have to have both of them, but I definitely would say there is a little bit of kind of that intrinsic, maybe you're born with it, or at least it's trained, I'd say, more in kind of early childhood where you're exposed to problem solving and you're kind of allowed that creative freedom. I, for example, was given a laptop when I was like, 10, 11 years old, taking it apart, putting it back together, doing Minecraft mods and stuff. Had I not had that experience, who knows where I would be today, right?
All of that is like just being tech savvy, right? Like even just playing video games, a lot of that translates to being good at programming because you know how to install a program, you know what to do when it crashes, update your drivers, whatever. A lot of those things people take for granted, right? Obviously, you have to transition from the video games phase to doing something useful, but just having those tech skills, like having those like fundamental meta skills is very undervalued, right?
Absolutely. And even just being able to type as well. That's like one of my biggest regrets as a kid. I never properly learned how to type. So even today, I would have to relearn and, give myself like arthritis to properly learn how to type at, 100 words per minute, something along those lines. And I saw this. I used to teach kids at a summer camp between about 9 to 13 years old how to code in raw Python, not Scratch, like actually writing Python code. And I would take for granted the fact that they don't even know what a semicolon is, right? Or a tilde, or a colon, or indentation, or a tab, or spaces. Like there's things like this that people forget you don't just know intrinsically. And if you pick those up at an early age and you just get really comfortable and efficient, even using your mouse or keyboard shortcuts, or you know how to copy and paste on a keyboard, you would be surprised how many adults don't even have those like basic computer literacy skills. And like you said, if you play video games, if you're installing mods, if you're jailbreaking iPhones, if you're, hacking, ads on YouTube or whatever you're doing as a kid, you start to build that kind of core competence, which leads itself really nicely into becoming a programmer.
You mentioned typing fast, and I think this is one of the most underrated skills to have. Like, I would highly recommend everybody watching this, spend like an hour a week improving your typing speed, right? For me, I was like typing with 4 fingers, these 4, for the longest time, right? Maybe from the age of like 6 when I first started using computers to like, 15, 16, 17. But I knew I need to learn to type with 10 fingers, and it's so frustrating, right? It's like learning anything new. I quit multiple times, but I persisted, and now I can type like 120 words per minute. And it's kind of hard to realize the value of that because anytime, like sure, you can speak to your laptop, right? But not in all situations. Like if you work at a cafe, you cannot like speak to cursor, right? Maybe someone else is speaking and it's not picking up. So the value of typing fast is like, I think one of the biggest productivity hacks that nobody talks about.
Especially now when we're in this prompting era, right? The ability to take what's from your brain and put it into the computer is literally, what is it? Like a superpower, right? If you're typing at 120 words per minute, you're pretty much like at the stream of consciousness when you're typing, right? Anything that's at the forefront of your mind, you can pretty much put it into the computer and you're at pace at the speed at which you're thinking. But if you're only typing maybe 60, 70 words per minute, which is more like what I type at, which might be surprising to people, you're not quite there. So you're
that's still top 10%.